that last jump, you knew it was going to come down to that last water jump. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, going into the bell lap, I felt like, oh God, you know, it's NCAA's all over again. And so I think it gave me a little bit of confidence knowing that I did it once and I could do it again. And I feel a lot better about my hurdles and my water jumps than I have really ever in my life. So I felt like as long as I didn't, you know, trip on anything and nothing like that happened, that I could get through cleanly, that I knew I would be fine.
Take us through that final water barrier where Leah went down.
I could tell that I hit the barrier just like you know, a second or a half second before her, but then I could see her out of the corner of my eye. She slipped, or I'm not sure what happened, and I just felt like as soon as I hit the ground, I felt that she wasn't there anymore. And I just took off, hoping, not looking back, just hoping that if I put enough distance from her there, that it would be enough to break her. So.
What's the emotion coming out of the NCAA's, winning there? Now you're on your first national team, you have a professional contract.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. I was a little nervous because I was really emotional after NCAA's, and I felt like that kind of took a lot out of me. It took me a couple days after that to just, like, you know, relax with family, but I was just so amped up and I couldn't stop thinking about that. It's kind of hard to move on to the next step and say, okay, that was great, but it's time to put it aside and focus on the next thing now. It was kind of hard to do because it was just such a big deal for me. It did.
What's it feel like to rep the Bowerman Flash Club?
Sorry?
What's it feel like to rep the Bowerman Flash Club?
Oh, it feels great, yeah. I mean, it's a little bit weird and way different, but at the prelims I was actually like a little bit nervous, like just putting on a different jersey, and kind of nervous, like I better not embarrass myself. Like I've never tripped on a barrier, but this would be like the ultimate worst time to do it, so I better not, but it feels really good.
Did you find
a whole new support system out here cheering for me.
Did you find any inspiration from Shalane and Emily, knowing that they were going to be your teammates?
Oh my God, totally. As soon as they got done, you know, I tweeted about them and I texted both of them, like, I want it more than ever now. You know, I don't want to be left at home while you guys go. Like, I have to go. And Emily, you know, I know it meant a lot to her to make the team. She's been injured a lot and she's never made it. You know, it's her first team as well, like me. So we're gonna be like super excited and giddy together, and it's gonna be Shalane's gonna be like, oh, this is no big deal. Like, I do it all the time. And me and Emily are gonna be like, oh my God. So it's gonna be really fun.
And obviously, there's a few steeplers in that group. Did they give you any last-minute tips, or was it just kind of like do your thing?
Oh no, they're guys. They don't do that. Lots of good luck wishes. They're actually really awesome. I'm just meeting the whole team now. You know, I'm like literally brand new. So, but everyone's been really supportive and lots of kind words.
And then, what was the race plan going in today? Was it just to kind of hang around that third position until the last couple laps, or what was the game plan?
I knew there was going to be about 5 or 6 girls that were like, you know, had a viable chance of making it to the top 3. And I predicted that Emily and Emma and Stephanie would kind of go to the front, and you know, they were going to be the ones to push the pace, and the rest of us were going to be like, okay, like go ahead, we'll like fight for third. But my coach and I talked a lot about not just racing for third, you know, making sure that I still gave myself a chance of being second, and not just giving up that spot. Didn't really work out like that. I got in the middle of the race and I was like, you know, 4th or 5th or 6th place a lot of the time, and I didn't feel that great, and I had a lot of like mid-race doubts. But I guess just the last lap, I was like, well, it's now or never. And the last 2 laps, I felt like we were starting to drop people. And there was like 4 of us, and then there was just me and Leah.
And you PR'd.
Yeah.
By quite a bit.
Yeah, I literally had no idea what the time was until I didn't even look up to see the time. It was like I didn't even care. And then we got over to where my coach was, and he was like, "That's under the collegiate record." And I don't think I get the collegiate record because I'm not, you know, at that anymore. But it's good to know in my head that like I was still able to get an even faster time than I was 2 weeks ago. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pull that out.
Congratulations.
I guess you didn't have a coach and then now you suddenly like right off from
Actually, I have coaches right now. I have 2 coaches. So Coach Harvey's assistant is Josh Seitz, and he stepped in to be my coach, my full-time coach, and he's amazing. And I'm so crying. He's really good. I have him and an older gentleman whose name is Coach Long, and they stepped in when Coach Harvey stepped down. Sorry.
They've been coaching you the last 2 weeks now.
No, yeah, I won't switch over into my new coaches until now.
So you haven't worked with Jerry yet?
No.
Have you moved to Portland?
No. Sorry.
When will you?
Tomorrow. Yeah. Look out, Shalane and Steve living in their basement.
You live Portland?
I'm probably going to be moving in temporarily in Shalane and Steven's basement with Sammy Silva, so it's going to be a big party. Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked. This is a lot of great talent coming through.
Right.
But, you know, when I was 19 years old, I made the Open World Championship. And then
Yeah.
20 years old, I was World Champion.
Okay. Yeah, so 2 years ago, I finished second in the NCAA, and I thought, I'm feeling great, like I want to go to USA, this would be so fun, even though that wasn't on my plan for this season. But I had some really bad shin splints and, you know, just like nagging injuries. And I also had plans.
Nose!
Hey, James! I also had plans to study abroad in Spain for 6 weeks. Like, I left like the week after NCAA, so I just decided the timing wasn't right and my body wasn't feeling healthy, and I knew that I wasn't going to have my best race, so I just decided it wasn't right. So, but this time it was right, obviously.
Have you talked to Coach